I grew up in the church, going to Awana, and I went to camps as a kid. Around 5th grade, my grandma passed away, and she was like the model Christian woman in our house. When she passed, it broke me, and I was mad at God. I was still going to church, but it was rare that I would stay awake the whole time. It was even more rare that I would pay any attention or gain anything from it. Middle school, I began to hang out with the wrong crowds, and going into high school, then it just got worse. I'm introduced to a lot more things like parties, drugs, alcohol, and I began to start doing all of that and doing it almost every weekend, and then it turned into drinking at night by myself, and I was starting to feel very depressed, anxious. I was in a super dark place where I had no hope for anything. I didn't really see any worth to my life, and there were thoughts of ending my life. I decided as like a last effort, I would start paying attention in church and try this whole God thing out. It took me a while, but I started taking notes, started reading my Bible every once in a while. And then there was man camp here at the Woods. It was one of the best weekends I had had up to that point in my life. And there was one night where I just felt like staying out at a fire. So there were 3 guys there, and they invited me to come sit with them. And one of them shared with me his story, and it resonated a lot with me. And when I was at this hopeless point where I didn't feel worth, he shared with me Jeremiah 29:11, that God has a plan and a purpose for me. And he explained to me the idea of adoption and unity with Christ, and that when we're Christ, we become part of his family, and that makes us part of a royal family. And that's all the worth we truly need. I didn't know what it was, but I decided that I would look into it more. It was then that I started to kind of add Bible reading into my routine. Somewhere along the way, I can say that I was saved. I don't know the exact point or time, but I know that I prayed the prayers and all that, and I can say that I have confidence that I was saved for the first time ever. Back in middle school and high school, I was the kid that was doing drugs, drinking, partying, all this, hanging out with the wrong crowd, and through that, all I found was emptiness and pain and lack of worth and hope. But now I can confidently say that I have peace, I have joy in Christ, and that I'm saved, and I have a future of eternity in perfection with God to look forward to. Now that I've experienced true joy and hope in Christ, there's no going back. My name's Ethan, and I'm a follower of Jesus Christ.